Hello, this is Eileen, the environmental educator. In this video, we're going to talk about this TV series, I believe, Landman, Billy Bob Thornton. This is just classic Billy Bob. It was on Citizens Free Press. Billy Bob Thornton nails this climate scene from Landman. Al Gore would not approve. This was on December 5th, right here. Natural News article. The global freezing and the carbon footprint scam of the century, featuring famous actor Billy Bob Thornton blowing the whistle on it all. They state what it's about. First they state, everything's just fine. It's just ridiculous. But they say that this scene is going viral. It's out on YouTube. In this article it says, this is the quickest dismantling of the climate hoax ever. Okay, now, everything we're going to see in this scene is things I've been telling you and things the independent media will not bring to you. So we shouldn't have to rely on Billy Bob Thornton in some TV series to be delivering the news that the propaganda hasn't since the 90s, but worse, the Indy media hasn't since they've all come on the scene. So they could have dismantled this climate hoax, as they call it. But they said, to come from a rich Hollywood actor makes it super ironic. He just rails off on how much metal and plastic made from and with fossil fuels is in typical products that we use every day, saying, hell, it's everything. And it's true. I've been telling you that. It says that all the members of the deranged climate cult are furious that Billy Bob Thornton is calling out their hoax. They're screaming misinformation. Now, if these independent news media had done their job, the public would already know this truth. There is no doubt about it. We would have already gotten this information out there. This is a pretty funny scene. I cannot show this and just play it. I did a test version, to see if I'm going to get a copyright. And yes, it would be blocked. No one could view this if I just played the audio. So I can't do that. So what I did do was a second test where I said, well, maybe I can just use a picture of what was on the screen and then just read the captioning. And that did not get flagged. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to read this scene. And this is a scene of Billy Bob and this lady. Now, you should watch this because it's hilarious. And at the end of where we're going to stop off, it gets into a rattlesnake showing up, and it is just Billy Bob, just classic. Oh my God, it is hilarious, the end of this scene. So I would watch it just for that, quite honestly. But so the lady starts this off by saying, God, they're massive, talking about the windmills. Billy Bob says 400 feet tall. The concrete foundation covers a third of an acre. This is a picture of the steel in the foundation for these wind turbines, okay? It covers a third of an acre. It goes down 12 feet into the ground. And the lady says, who owns them? Billy Bob says, oil companies. We use them to power the wells. There's no electricity out here. We're off the grid. The lady says, they use clean energy to power oil wells? Billy Bob, they use alternative energy. There's nothing clean about this. She says, please, Mr. Oilman, tell me how the wind is bad for the environment. Billy Bob says, do you have any idea how much diesel they have to burn to mix that much concrete or make that steel or to haul this out here and put it together with a 450-foot crane? You want to guess how much oil it takes to lubricate that thing or winterize it? In its 20-year lifespan, it won't offset the carbon footprint of making it. And don't get me started on solar panels, okay? And the lithium in your Tesla battery. Never mind the fact that if the whole world decided to go electric tomorrow, we don't have the transmission lines to get that electricity to the cities. It'd take 30 years if we started tomorrow. And unfortunately for your grandkids, we have a 120-year petroleum-based infrastructure. Our whole lives depend on it. And hell, it's in everything. That road we came in on, the wheels on every car ever made, I think is what he said, including yours. It's in tennis rackets and lipstick and refrigerators and antihistamines, pretty much anything plastic, your cell phone case, artificial heart valves, any kind of clothing that's not made with animal or plant fibers, soap, hand lotion, garbage bags, fishing boats, you name it. Everything. And you know what the kicker is? We're going to run out of it before we find its replacement. It's the kind of thing that's going to kill us as a species. That's what the lady said. And then Billy Bob says, no, the thing that's going to kill us all is running out of it before we find an alternative. And believe me, if Exxon thought these things, the windmills, right there were the future, they'd be putting them up all over the place. Getting oil out of the ground is the most dangerous job in the world. We don't do it because we like it. We do it because we run out of options. And you're here trying to find something to blame for the dangers besides your boss. I don't know what this lady does. There ain't nobody to blame but the demand that we keep pumping it. And how many times have I said that? We only get this oil because society demands it. The thing is we do have an alternative for oil. It's called hemp. It can do everything oil can do, including power vehicles, okay? Now, can we get that going up overnight? No. But you can get it going. And everything that's plastic can be made from hemp. We could significantly reduce our oil demand because I've said it a million times. Americans, the world, blaming the oil companies for getting the oil that they demand is ridiculous. You have to cut your demand, and you could easily do it with hemp. Hemp is the replacement. Maybe not for everything, but it's certainly a lot more of the replacement than this clean energy that they're talking about, shoving down your throat when they don't have the infrastructure for it, and they don't have the ability to manufacture it on a scale that society needs it. And all of the people that are shoving all of this ridiculousness down your throat will not allow real solutions. Just ending our disposable society would take away so much need of oil and a lot of other natural resources. But no one will allow solutions. And that's very much in part because people like Natural News, Citizens Free Press, and all the other independent media out there won't give you this truth. And that's going to be part 2 of this Landman segment, and that's going to be tomorrow. So you got to watch this. It is classic Billy Bob. It's hilarious, and it's right, except for the fact that there is an alternative. And we have to get going on that alternative. And can I get Trump to do it? No. But you can be sure if the independent media had been talking about it, it'd be on his radar and we probably would be doing it. So the biggest problem we have with having any respect for the environment is the independent media who won't give you any, which interestingly enough, here's what Citizen Free Press put out on the 6th. This was Friday, I believe. Make planet Earth great again. And it's funny, I had sent them an email when they had put out this Billy Bob headline. So stay tuned tomorrow, people.